Hello everybody, this is Ariane Arsenault from La Fizzy in the Magdalene Islands, Quebec, Canada. Today I am creating a new cold process soap video. It's a new soap that will be added to my old-fashioned soap line. It is an activated charcoal facial soap bar, and I have had so many requests both by in-store clients and from you guys on YouTube to make an activated charcoal facial soap. So here it is. I'm gonna show you what's going in there. So first, in my big stock pot, I have all of my oils and butters. I have coconut oil, organic palm oil, and 10% of shea butter for moisturizing properties. Now I'm gonna put this on the stove and melt this on low. While the oils and butters are melting, I'm gonna take a minute to show you what are the additives that I'm adding to the soap. So, from our local beekeeper, because I am all out of my own honey, I'm gonna be adding some local honey because it has antibacterial properties and adds a little bit more of a boost to the lather of the soap. Then I'm going to be using mostly tea tree essential oil with a little touch of geranium Egyptian essential oil. Of course, the activated charcoal will be the main additive in this recipe. Once the oils and butters are melted, I will be adding canola oil, olive oil, and castor oil. Also, I'm going to be lining my mold while the oils are melting. And then after that, I'm gonna gear up for safety, put on my gloves, and prepare my lye water. In goes the canola oil, and then the extra virgin olive oil. And last but not least, I'm gonna be adding castor oil, and I need 5% in this recipe. I never go over 10% because otherwise it could make the soap thicken up and trace super quickly. So 5% is a good amount, which will give nice creamy bubbles and give nice properties to the soap without like making it go extra crazy. I'm gonna give a good stir to my oils and butter mixture so that everything is very well incorporated. And then once my lye water is cooler, I will be back and make the activated charcoal soap. When working with activated charcoal, it is always a good idea to wear a respirator. This one is a particle respirator that I got from Lotion Crafters, and this activated charcoal is from Nurture Soap Supplies. The reason why you should wear a respirator is because the particle from the activated charcoal can be very, very fine and they can get stuck in your lungs, so that's never a good idea. I am adding quite a lot of activated charcoal because this is a rather large batch. Okay, and the reason why I am mixing it with the essential oils is because it is very volatile and I don't want to breathe it in. So once it is all wet into the essential oils, well, then it's easier to work with and handle, and there's no more charcoal flying everywhere. I'm going to take a mini mixer, slowly incorporate the charcoal. I'm not gonna stir it right away with the mixer because I don't want it to fly everywhere. I don't know if you can see, but it's already like creating kind of a little smoky kind of charcoal fume. And there we go, everything is wet. No, I don't want any clumps, so there we go. And the last ingredient that I'm gonna have to prepare is my honey. And oh, I eyeballed this like pretty much on point as I was aiming for 100 grams, and I have like 101, so that's good enough for me. Okay, I always try to stay below 1% with anything sugary because it can overheat the mixture. So there is a little bit of distilled water. I'm gonna heat this in the microwave just to help dissolve the honey, and I will be right back, and we're gonna make this soap. And there we go. You see that the honey it's not like really hot. I don't want to overheat this to keep all of the beneficial properties of the honey, but it's just warm enough to help dissolve into the water. I'm gonna set this aside and we're ready to go. My oils and butter mixture are in a 15 degrees Fahrenheit range of being the same temperature, around 100 Fahrenheit. And all of my other additives are nearby and ready to go. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna incorporate the activated charcoal and the essential oil mixture in here so that they are fully dispersed and that the soap color will be like very even and very well distributed. And taking my spatula, I'm gonna make sure that everything, or most of everything, goes in. Now you can already see that this is really dark, really black, and this is due to the charcoal. This should be a pretty dark. So adding the lye water very slowly onto the shaft of the stick blender to avoid as many bubbles as possible. And pulsing slowly. When you have such a dark colored soap, you won't see the saponification reaction as much as with other soap when it's just plain oil and lye water being added, but you can feel the texture thickening up. And it is important to go like around in circles, and I like to do figure eights in the bottom and the middle of the pot so that everything gets saponified and emulsified. Let's see. So now we have a very nice and light emulsion, and this is when I'm gonna add the honey. Now honey is a sugar, a natural sugar, but it will speed up trace and the paste will start to accelerate. So I need to make sure that everything is stirred in very well, and then I'm gonna go to my pour station and pour this soap in. Okay, come on baby. Oh, this is so beautiful. I'm going to take my spatula and scrape everything out and into the mold. Okay, this is so pretty. I'm going to insulate the soap, let it set until tomorrow, and I will be back to unmold and cut. And it's the next day. The soap has been sitting for about 18 hours, and I'm gonna remove it from the mold and put it into my log splitter. I like a tight fit in my gloves. It allows me to feel what I'm doing much better. Now this soap could have stayed in the mold a little longer, but it's Saturday morning and I had an opening to come and unmold and cut this soap as my mom was there to take care of the kids this morning. pretty. Okay, now. Ooh, just like butter. Wow, look at this. Beautiful, beautiful. I love this. We all know everybody likes charcoal in a soap, and also tea tree with charcoal are really popular, so that's why I decided to combine the two. I'm not a big fan of tea tree oil as far as the smell goes, but I love like all of its skin benefits. But because I added some geranium Egyptian to the mix, it kind of like tames down the smell of tea tree and actually smells really nice and mild. Ah, I love it. So yeah, when there's an essential oil that you really want to use in soap, but you don't like the smell so much, try to do a blend with something that goes nicely along with it. And I think this one was a good match. And both geranium and tea tree are good for the skin, especially like for facial soaps. So pretty happy. Whenever I make a soap that is high in coconut oil or cocoa butter, I always cut it much sooner than any other soap, because otherwise I'm always afraid I'm gonna pop the wires on my splitters and my cutters. This is not the case today. These beautiful bars. They're really soft though, so I need to be careful when handling them so I don't actually break the soap. I am now spacing out every soap so that the air can flow through and they can dry evenly. If you notice, the ones on the right are a little bit darker than the ones on the left. That is because there is soda ash, but that can be removed with hot steam or washing them in hot water later. There we go. The activated charcoal and tea tree oil soaps are done. These will cure for the next 6 weeks because they contain a high volume of soft oils. So I want them to be really nice and firm once I sell them. And of course, I will keep some for myself. And these are facial soap bars, but they can also be used on the whole body. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please hit the thumbs up button. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please do so. There's a link right there or right there, somewhere on the screen. Click on it and subscribe. I will be very happy if you do, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.